dealing with you. They might not necessarily stop dealing with you altogether, but they will definitely find a way of dealing with you going forward. Yeah, that was what I was just saying.
All right, so now let me move quickly onto one of the aspects as well. We've talked about trust. I'm looking at communication is more often than talking. Communication is more often than talking. It is about understanding. What are some of the biggest communication mistakes couples make?
Not communicating in explicit terms what they are actually trying to say. That is the biggest one. So you find a couple talking about an issue.
Yeah.
But instead of saying exactly what it is that they actually mean, they shroud it around emotions, around certain innuendos and reactions. That is the biggest one. Look, if couples can get a very firm grasp on this, that the way you spoke to me, it made me feel very bad and less of myself.
Mm-hmm.
If our communication to our partners with regards to especially things they have done to us that are not so pleasant, if our communication can be very explicit and direct, a lot of misunderstandings in marriages will be a thing of the past. I dealt with a couple who were fighting about an issue that even the two of them don't even know about. So the one who presented the issue skewed it. And the one who was listening to the issue that was presented responded to it as it was skewed. So the main issue why they were fighting or they were having this misunderstanding was now left out to the extent that the one who even had the grievance even forgot of what it is that they were dealing with. It now shifted to, that is how you have always been, you were not trained well from home, and so on and so forth. So one of the biggest mistakes when it comes to communication is not communicating exactly what it is that we are trying to say. So instead of telling me that, the money I have given you is not enough, they will be like, don't you know that your colleague or your colleague gives money without even writing any amount on it? Don't you know that your colleague somewhere are giving blank checks? When you speak that way, how do I know what exactly it is that you're trying to point at? So one of the biggest mistakes in communication is not communicating precisely what you want to mean. So my advice to couple most of the time is that, look, tell the one that you are speaking with exactly how you feel about the situation. That is the only way you can get at a solution. So that's one of the biggest. Not communicating as we feel about the matter, as explicit as we feel. We want to get back at the person rather than trying to resolve an issue. Mostly that's what happens. It's revenge. So our communication is full of vengeance. So I am telling you what you have done, but I'm also trying to pin you by my communication. That is one of the mistakes that couples make. Yeah.
One of the biggest mistakes couples do. But do family and friends also play in strengthening or sometimes damaging relationship?
Yes. But you see, the enemy without can do you nothing if the enemy within, doesn't take you out. So I've often told couples that build a very strong buffer around your relationship. Marriage introduces a third relationship. So you have the family of the woman, the family of the man, and then your family. And depending on how those relationships are managed, it will lead to either a healthy relationship in your home or a very bad one. And so you must by all means build a hedge around your marriage and your relationship, so that whatever it is that anybody outside, family and friends, will do, it will only be able to have a way through to you when it breaches your own defense system. So your defense system should be very important. So whatever it is that is coming from the external sources, you should by all means put it through your sieve as a couple to be able to get a very good response. So if it is your parents or your friend who has told you something about your partner, your reaction to that particular comment that was made to you about your partner will decide what will happen to the marriage. If your first response is, so that's what my spouse did, then you are likely to have people infiltrating into your relationship. But if your response is, oh, okay, I'll try and see about that. And then you give your partner the benefit of the doubt. Get to know what it is that the other side of the story is before taking any action. Then family and friends, in terms of negativity, will not have a lot of impact on your relationship. But if you keep spaces, gaps, and you leave your defense system not so fortified, then friends and family, if the reaction from friends and family is negative, then it's going to get at you. So yes, friends and family by all means will have a certain kind of influence, impact on your relationship. But it only depends on how you let your guard down in terms of your security and defense system for your marriage. I often tell people that, look, the relationship you have with your own family is different from the relationship you have with your wife. They are different relationships. And you need a lot of tact to be able to navigate it.
You need a lot of tact to navigate. Are there warning signs or maybe red flags that couples should ignore before deciding to tie the knot?
Before deciding to do it?
I'm saying that are there warning signs or or maybe red flags that couples should never ignore before deciding to marry?
Oh, yes. A lot of them. A lot of them. So, a partner who does not count your suggestions, you should be very mindful. You see, there are some partners or there are some people, once you start talking, they don't even allow you to end. They make statements that make you feel like whatever it is that you are going to say, they already know it. And whatever you are going to say is not important. Be very mindful about these people. And that is when it comes to communication. By all means, your partner should be able to allow you to speak. And then after they have listened to you, they can give a response. Such people are likely to be people with narcissistic tendencies. And that will not go far. That is when it comes to communication. When it comes to money, be very mindful about people whose only interest is what they can get from you. And whenever it is that they even ask you for something and you tell them that, oh, at the moment I don't have it, they tend to be angry with you because of that. Be very mindful. That's a very big banner, not even a red flag. When it comes to trust, be very mindful about people whose attitudes and behaviors are shady. And whenever it is that you even try to ask them something, they turn out to be defensive. Instead of giving you an explanation, they tend to be defensive. Such people you can't build trust with. So I've given you 3 red flags around 3 very important aspects when it comes to love and relationship.
Finally, I mean, what practical advice would you give to young people and couples who wants to build a relationship that leads to a healthy and successful marriage?
I want people to always remember the reason they decided to build a relationship with this person. I want you to always have that at the back of your mind. I want them to also know that if your relationship is sweet, the benefit is for the both of you. If it is bitter, the ramification or the negative repercussions of it is on the 2 of you. And so if you heard me well, I said, remember why you started that relationship. I decided to get married because I wanted a relationship where there is peace, there is progress, there is tranquility. I have a partner that is there for me. That is the reason why I decided to get married. I always keep this reason at the back of my mind. And I also know that whatever it is that happens in my home will either bring happiness or sorrow. I have also always tried to be the reasonable one in every misunderstanding. These are all advice I'm giving to young people out there. Dare to be the reasonable one in every misunderstanding. Try to remain sane. Whenever it is that we are angry, sometimes we lose our sanity. To be able to build a very successful relationship and marriage, you have to dare to be the one that remains sane. always try to communicate as clearly and as plainly as possible. And with this, you'll be able to build a very successful relationship.
Nathaniel the Optimist, thank you very much for sharing your valuable insight with us this morning.
Thank you very much, El, for having me. Thanks for the opportunity to share.
We wish you well and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much. I wish you same, bro.
Right.
My regards to my brother Bernard.
Bernard is here with us. Thank you so much once again. Well, so today's discussion has reminded us that whilst love may be the foundation of a relationship, it is trust that keeps it strong, communications that keeps it healthy, and responsible financial management that helps it endure. Successful marriages don't happen by chance. They are built intentionally through honesty, respect, commitment, and a willingness to grow together. To everyone watching, we hope the conversation encourages you to have the difficult conversation today rather than waiting until tomorrow. Healthy relationships are not perfect. They are built by people who choose to listen, understand, forgive, and work together. Keep sending your thoughts on WhatsApp on 053-715-8638, 053-715-8638 through our WhatsApp and SMS, and all our social media platform, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, on MBN 360. We did love to hear your experience and your opinions on the topic, today's topic. Stay with us. When we return, we shift our attention to the national issues as we examine from budget to reality. Will the mid-year budget review improve the lives of the Ghanaian? And that is coming up next on the Morning Focus, only on MBN TV, right after this break. right, so welcome back to the morning focus on MBN TV. The economy remains one of the biggest concerns for many Ghanaians. But before we dive into the economy, let me pick the thought of a Don Winers. You heard me talking to Nathaniel, the optimist. We look at variation. We look at some three areas: trust, money, communication. When it comes to building a good relationship, at least you got some aspect of the conversation. What do you make of that conversation before we dive into our mainstay for the national policy focus?
Right. So let me say good morning to all our viewers and say good morning to the NDC party chairman, General Mosquito, Achukluga, Mensa Basa, all of General's office, my regional chairman, Chairman Ashimo, my regional executives, my constituency chairman, Ablekuma West, Chairman Bright, and the communication bureau of NDC, both national and then regional, especially to Honorable William. Let me say good morning to the pastors in this country, the imams, the tractor drivers and their mates, and all Rastafarians. Right. You said that the discussion with the gentleman.
Yeah.
Right. So trust is key. So when you want to build a healthy relation and there's no trust, you don't go ahead with it.
And there's no good communication.
Yes.
It's not just about talking.
Yes.
You know, I always tell people that there's a difference between talking and communicating.
Exactly.
Two different things.
Exactly. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people practicing the structured relationship where they get home and they all hold their phones when they are walking. They all hold their
nobody's talking.
No one is talking. Yes.
And I said something in a trust.
That isn't even a relationship.
Yes.
You need to cut it off.
I sat in the bus and then it's like the bus. Everybody said it like this.
Yes.
So I just made some noise for people to wake up, and everybody was looking at me. So I said, why are you so busy? Do you know the person seated by you? You know his name. Create an acquaintance and put his phone somewhere.
Yeah,
Let's have conversation.
Now,
and let there be noise in the bus as we go. Because if something should happen by the next person, you don't know his name, you don't know who he is, you don't know what he does.
Yeah, I agree. We've gotten to the point that everyone's head is on the phone. It's the phone head. The era of phone head.
The era of phone head. I know FO is busy. FO is busy on his phone. And so I don't want to go to him. I'd wanted to pick his thought on that. I know you did watch the how do you call it? The media budget review. If you didn't watch, at least you pick some snipes of it for programming sake, and also you did listen to Nat. In a balance, how would you put the two together?
Yes,
well, I realize when we're talking to Nat, it's like he's picking his points.
Yes, I listened to Nat because, as a young man who one day
you cross that.
Yes.
You hold somebody's daughter at the altar.
Yes,
right?
I need to. And he says some things, right, about money. You need to know the person you are in a relationship with, their attitude towards money.
Right.
What money means to them. If you tell them, he cited an example, if you tell them you have 20,000 in their account, what's the first thing that comes to their mind? Is it how to spend it, or how to multiply it, or how to save it, how to invest it? So you need to know if your partner is somebody who is all about spending and wants to find every reason to spend every money you have, then you should be advising yourself. That is not a kind of person to be revealing all your finances to. So sometimes you don't have to criticize people who don't disclose fully because of the nature of the person they are in a relationship with. And trust, when trust is broken, like he said, depends on what kind of trust. Money and trust can even have a way that they affect each other. Your partner's attitude towards money, how they spend. Like he said, we both save for a project, and then you ended up spending the money. Next time, I can't trust you with my money. You get it? So, we need to know the kind of person we are with. And Don was talking about communication. So you throughout the whole week or sometimes the whole month, you meet your lover, and then the entire time, if it's 1 hour, 2 hours that you people are together, both of you are on your phones. And then what is the essence of even meeting? It's just a waste of time. You just could have been at your individual places and communicate. Now, phone is taking away very intimate moments where people have to talk, bond, vibe. create good memories, the phone is taking that moment away from them. So, and these things, you have to be deliberate about them, very deliberate. Otherwise, you end up doing the communication or the chatting, the Facebooking, whatever you have to do. It's not too important than the moment you should create. So, in fact, of the whole week, just 2 hours to spend with your lover, and you can't put your phone away and have a good communication, have a good time before going your separate ways, then is it a relationship at all? I mean, as Don Weiner said. So, I mean, I think
they are not in a relationship. They are all reading a script. And they are more like acting a movie than being in a relationship.
Kweku sent me a message. Is that, Chairman, you said there's a difference between talking and communication. Yes, I said that. Talking involves speaking words. Communication involves sending and receiving message effectively. So there are two different things, yeah. Talking focuses on expressing your thoughts, right? Communication focuses on ensuring the other person understand your thoughts and that you understand theirs. So these are two different things. Talking can be one-sided. Communication is a two-way process. Listening, feedback, and understanding. Talking may not lead to connection or action. Communication builds understanding, trust, and strong relationship. So there are two different things.
Two different things.
I hope I've answered you quite good. My guys like to ask me questions. Sometimes they take you unaware, but it's good. I'm busy. I will see you later. These words are often, but they may leave the other person feeling ignored or confused. That is talking. I'm busy. I will see you later. These are spoken. These words are spoken, but they may leave the other person feeling ignored or confused. But this is communication. I've had a very busy day at work, so I may not be able to talk much now, but I did really like us to catch up this evening at 7 p.m. Is that okay with you? So here is a clear message. Consider it and invite feedback. Period. So that's the two different things I've given you this morning. I'm giving somebody some coaching, right? So what will be your takeaway when it comes then? Talking is about speaking. Communication is about understanding. Have I made myself clear?
Of course.
Now let's go straight into our mainstay for this morning. Why the man Don Whiners. Anytime they said Don is coming on the platform, it's so exciting to have Don, because we know the economy remains one of the biggest concerns. I know if I go and talk about Nkukon Kitin, the majority leader of the will be in the parliament and say Nkukon Kase. No more. They have moved from Kitin to Kase. So that is it. From the prices we pay at the market to the cost of fuel, transportation, healthcare, education, as well as government policies have a direct impact on our daily lives. This week, the finance minister presented the mid-year budget review or the fiscal policy, outlining government assessment of the coming assessment of the economy, revenue performance, expenditure, inflation, debt management, and the way forward for the rest of the fiscal year. But beyond the figures and projections, the question many Ghanaians are asking is, are these policies translating into real improvement in their lives? Has government delivered an economic promises it made? And what more needs to be done to restore the confidence and improve the living standards of the Ghanaian people? To help us go through this examination, these issues from different political perspectives, we're expecting Edu. Edu said he's already in Tema. Hey, I know Don will kick against them again. But Don is always Don. Don, mid-year budget review is a government delivering on its economic promises. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. What is your overall assessment of the 2026 mid-year budget review?
Right, thank you. The mid-year budget review is actually the actual outlook of Ghana's economy.
Does it really reflect the state of the economy currently?
It really reflects the
current
state of the economy, and also spells out the critical areas that a lot of funding and support has gone into. 7 key sectors. 7 key sectors of the economy that required over the period has been there struggling, contributing to the slow growth of the economy. Today, the mid-year budget has shown clearly how government has turned around things, and these areas have received the needed support to drive the economy. So I will quickly take you through, let me take it one after the other.
Now, before taking it one after the other, the police have seized 5,000 parcels of suspected narcotics and rejected 150K bribe. The police in Tema have disclosed that officers rejected an alleged 150,000 Ghana cedis bribe offered by a suspect seeking the release of a truck carrying 5,039 compressed parcels of suspected narcotic substances.
It is part of the major drive that we are fighting as a country and as a government. The government is key on fighting illicit drugs. So it's part of the major strategy being deployed across the country.
All right. So now let's look at the main stage. We're going to give you some list of items that you believe you were able to pick from the mid-year.
Yes, it's a brief summary of the mid-year budget review. It looks at 7 key areas that have received some kind of improvement, and which is really helping the economy to shape the economy as well. So because of the figures, let me read. I will crave your indulgence to read. So let's take the macroeconomic and fiscal overview. This government, when you come to GDP growth, this government, as at the first Q1 2026, GDP growth is 6.4% against the target of 4.8%. Inflation under this government has dropped from 23.8% in December 2024 to 5.3% June 2026. Debt to GDP. This government has reduced Ghana's debt to GDP from 61.8% to 45%. cedi performance under this government, the cedi has appreciated 40.7% against the US dollar under this government. Now, when we go to primary surplus, 0.9% of the GDP in the first half year 2026. The target for the year is 1.5%. That is our primary surplus target. Now, if you go to our international reserve, under this government, the government has achieved 12.9 billion US dollars as our primary reserve. As of today or yesterday, when the budget was read in Parliament. Now, the 12.9 billion US dollars it represents 5 months of import cover. Now let's go to the IMF program. This government has successfully completed the IMF program, and we are doing a transition of 36 months policy coordination instruction. That is the PCI.
So if we don't have the PCI, we can work on our own.
The PCI helps our international businesses. It helps us and makes us and position us in a better position globally. That's why it's important.
Okay.
Because as a country, we work with the global financial industry.
Don Winans.
So the PCI is equally important to help us position us at the right spot. Now, let's go to the second one, that is the administration sector. Under the Ministry of Finance, these are the key reforms. Commitment authorization regime has been extended to state-owned enterprises. Public Procurement Act has been amended to shorten the procurement timelines from 23 weeks to 8 weeks for national competitive tendering for goods. This increases productivity. Now, let's go to the economic sector. Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Feed Ghana program. 1.1 billion Ghana cedis released for agriculture program. 300 metric tons each of maize and Ejapa rice seeds procured for distribution. 96,000 liters of organic fertilizer and 18,684 metric tons of inorganic fertilizer procured for farmers. And this is going to help our farmers. Now, we will look at 500 district Feed Ghana brigade officers have been engaged to help our farmers.
Minus a Cabrofo.
Now, let's go to the irrigation side. Atonsu Echiamfrom Kunedu sites has received 3,330 hectares of an irrigation land, irrigable land has been done, and it is between 80 to 92% completion. That is the irrigation. Then we go to the Tanmi irrigation project phase 3, 75% completed. Okay, now there are other rehabilitations going on at the Via and Ashaman, Aveime, Dowenya scheme processing. We are rehabilitating those irrigation schemes as well. Let's go to the National Food Bank Fast Stock. 20,000 metric tons of grain has been procured between January and June this year, 2026. The plan is to get to 32,000 metric tons by the end of the year. Now, in this morning I was listening to some radio stations and they said, the MPP communicator there said, Nkukon wasn't mentioned. You see, the MPP, they are not reading. Nkukon initiative. 70 anchor farmers selected. 2 million day-old chicks.
Including those who have chocolates or what?
It is 70 anchor. The word here is anchor farmers. Okay. I don't think an anchor farmer
will chew the chicken.
Will fall within the MPP propaganda that the chickens have been chewed.
But there are people who have eaten the
In
chicken.
fact, the chicken must be chewed. That is why there is KFC. If chicken had been poisoned,
NDC.
KFC wouldn't have been there.
NDC.
Now, so let me procurement of 4 million additional day-old chicken and 500 broiler beds commence soon. 500,000. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Ministry of Fisheries and Agriculture, Women and Youth Agriculture Program. 4,000 beneficiaries in 80 districts. This government has under the Ministry of Fishery and Aquaculture has engaged women and youth. 4,000 beneficiaries in 80 districts. 80 corporate groups formed, receiving training in production, governance, and financial management.
So you believe that with Wahid Chen out, that's a perfect media review?
Of course. Of course. You see, these are initiatives, these are supports, these are economic drivers. Economic drivers that are initiatives that have been done to propel the economy. From the ICE to a free working man. This economy has suffered. It died. They brought it to ICE.
ICE?
It has been revived.
From the ICE?
Yes. It's currently under treatment. Very soon, it will be a free working man.
The economy is still under treatment.
It's currently under treatment. It is stable, but under treatment.
The current,
you see,
the economy
when someone dies, when someone dies, and the person is brought to ICU, and the person is revived, the person will obviously be on some treatments to have the full benefit of life.
To stabilize the person.
And the treatment means you've been stabilized. But the doctor must give a continuous review of what was killing you to ensure that you become a free walking soul.
Don't whine us.
So, you see, good governance is not just math. Yes, good governance is show working.
Well, good governance is show working. Is not just math. 053715863 is also the numbers. You can also share your thoughts with us via WhatsApp or SMS. You can also share your thoughts with us. Have a conversation with us on our YouTube, Facebook, X, and TikTok as well. We'll read all those messages here.
Right. So under the mining sector, 5,000 plus small-scale miners and 150 mining cooperative registered across 8 regions.
And Galamsey Biwanaka. MCR, show me Samurai Boy.
Samurai Boy's case is a case that has been there for the last 8 years. We are now having the impact.
But I just want to show you something, because the point is that as Samurai Boy, if the water has receded,
yes,
the government is almost 2 years into office,
yes,
right? And then the water receded, and people have started Galamsey near the airstrip. Police station is just a walking distance from there, and nothing is being done. Would you say 8 years ago again?
Now, I have not seen that, and it will be very difficult for me to speak to that.
So I should show you the videos?
Yeah, and again, after even showing me, we need to authenticate
So are you saying that?
the video and find out. But I don't think the police station under COP Christian Tete Yohonu, a police station will be there that people will be mining, doing Galamsey. No way. It won't happen. You see, a lot of things are happening, you see, in the system. So some of these things, we need to really have a look at it.
So are you sure that the videos I'm going to show you, are you saying they are not authentic?
I am not saying that, but I am saying that, one, I have not seen it. Two, we need to consider the authenticity of it.
Of what I'm going to show you.
Of the source that it came from. You are showing me, you are not a source. It came from a source.
Are you saying that the source I'm having is not authentic enough?
I don't know your source.
Because you don't know my source.
It will be very unfair on my side to say that.
It will be very unfair on your side to say
that your source is not authentic. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So let's look at it. But I said we should consider. You see, the word I used was to consider.
So now you're choosing your words carefully.
Exactly the point. Because
initially you choose it carefully.
No. You see, because
you were overtaken by your politics.
No. I'm not doing politics with it. I'm saying that we need to consider the authenticity of it.
Now, 8 years ago, you said that devastation was done 8 years ago.
Yes.
Now, I just wonder, from 2025 to now, are we still seeing there's a scale of destruction going on in our environment?
I think it has reduced. It has reduced drastically.
Oh, really?
Yes. From all indications and from the data available, it has reduced. The last time the Lands Minister did the accounting series, we heard all the things that he said, and we've seen the forest reserves that have been taken back, and government is under government protection. So if all those things were part, and those things have been taken back under government protection, obviously it has reduced.
Well, he said obviously it has reduced, but beyond the headline indicators, the budget contains some series of numbers that provided a clearer picture of government priorities, the state of the economy, and the direction of fiscal policy. And I want to give you some few ones. 144 billion spent, despite government has been aggressively tightening expenditure. The media budget shows that 143.7 billion has been spent by the end of June, representing 47.5% of the programmed 302.5 billion expenditure for 2026. The figure excludes an additional $700 million paid in a Eurobond debt services. The largest spending items were $48.8 billion for public sector compensation, including Senate and Tier 2 contribution, $21.5 billion cedis in domestic interest payment, and this indicates the continual weight of wages and debt servicing on our public purse.
Yes. So
and if you look at revenue, it's only 7.8% of largely untargeted during the first half of the year, despite slower global economic conditions. Domestic revenue stood at 7.7% of GDP against a target of 7.8%, while the non-oil tax revenue reached 6.4% of the GDP, narrowly missing the 6.5% target that was set by government. So the performance suggests that government has boldly maintained some fiscal discipline by whilst keeping revenue collection close to budget expectation. From what he gave us yesterday, $100 billion economic recovery. The economy, Ghana's economy crossed 100 billion.
Yes.
And saying is the 8th best in Africa. But people's living, it's not showing that.
No, you see, that's why I was giving you all the areas so that you would know, and that will help you appreciate where we are.
But it's not showing.
No, you see, that's why I'm giving you details, your brief summary of those things. Do you know, as we speak, under the Ministry of Trade, okay, and it's captured in the budget, agribusiness and industries, 3 government factories, right? Transaction advisors have been engaged for 3 government factories in Bono East, Central, and Eastern region. Okay, this is supposed to create 27,000 direct jobs, and this they will run 3 shifts.
133.
Yes, these 3 government factories will be running 3 shifts. Okay. Now, government is also sorting for strategic investors for the Commander Sugar Factory, Northern Star Tomato Company, Akosombo Industrial Company. We have the Volta Star Textiles. That is also coming upstream. Now, when we go to the energy sector, let me go to the energy sector. This government has increased gas supply by 35 million SCFD. That is the increment. Okay, fuel savings, and this has saved Ghana 3.08 billion cedi, equivalent to $268.5 million by replacing crude oil with natural gas.
You are mentioning figures. You are calling big figures, but it's not showing the living standards of the Ghana.
You see, so
the cost of living is high.
All right.
But you are mentioning figures to see if everybody's okay.
Now,
we are not okay.
Right. So let me give you a very
no. So bring it to our level. Let's get one.
So, if you earn 10 cedis and you have borrowed 40 cedi, when you start paying, you are paying from negative 40 cedi. Obviously, you cannot be enjoying until you get to maybe you have a balance of maybe 1 cedi or 50 pesos to pay. Then you have enough. That is why I always make reference to the previous government, how they duped this country, how they sunk the economy of Ghana.
You are at it again this morning.
I'm not at it again. That is a fact. We were in this country, we bought fuel.
It could be fact,
22 cedi per liter.
But it's not true.
It is a fact and it's true. We bought fuel 22 cedi per liter. We bought it here in this country.
No.
So you see, when the economy sinks like that, and you are bringing it up to speed, all the other fundamental issues must be addressed before you start enjoying. And when you start enjoying the economy gains, right, you enjoy it in in 1,000 folds, because you see that everything moves simultaneously. So I understand the angle you are coming from, which is a valid concern. But the truth of the matter is, the economy, because it was so bad and it's now taking shape, it will take some time. Like a waterfalls, it drops one, but at the find, it's a big river. That is how it is. So it will take some time. So let me go to the big push. Let me touch on the energy sector. Government has also, there's a thermal plant commissioned. Okay, 170 out of the 171 megawatts, government has commissioned 100 megawatts Saint thermal plant, and it's at 90% completion. New power plants, a new power plant of 1,200 megawatts, state-owned combined cycle gas-fired plant at Kofojiji, Abrobiano. This is the first that is coming, and out of that, the first phase, we have 600 megawatts expected 2028. Right. So we, in the renewable side, we have 35 mini grid across 47 islands, lakeside communities, and 6,834 solar street lights installed. The government has an initiative to distribute 457,000 units of LPG gas stoves, which is also underway. Tema Oil Refinery has also come upstream. So that is one of the good things that has happened. Now let's go to the road infrastructure under big push. 30.8 billion Ghana cedi has been allocated. 87 roads, bridges, projects underway across 16 regions. 13 projects at more than 50% completion. 6 projects exceeded 75% completion. Now the corridors, the key corridors being tackled under the road sector: Kaswa Winneba Road, Takrade Aguna Junction, Ofanko Nsawam, Tema Aplao, Tumu Navrongo, Winneba Cape Coast, Takrade Road. Now let's go to the Accra Kumasi Expressway, the flagship program of the government, the 176 kilometers. As we speak, 122 kilometers of right of way cleared, representing 70% of the clearance. And let me emphasize on this: our NPP brothers should listen. Our NPP brothers should listen to this particular one. $1.7 billion under the big push has been deposited. The word here is deposited in a dedicated account for the big push. I have seen some commentary from our brothers in the NPP that $1.7 billion have been spent. Please, depositing amounts in a dedicated account is not the same as spending.
All right, so for those of you, our viewers out there, we're still looking at the mid-year budget, the 2026 mid-year budget review that happened yesterday. We want to go to the floor of Parliament. We'll listen to the minority side with regarding the mid-year budget review. They call some people political prisoners. They've mentioned all these things they have said, but we'll need to take a listen to the minority in Parliament. Don Winers is here throwing his weight because Edu is not here to face up with him, so he's having a field day. But you can also share your thoughts, what you make of the mid-year budget review on 026 053 715 053 715-8638 is the numbers. You can also share your thoughts with us on it. You can send your messages to us via SMS or WhatsApp, or go to our YouTube channel, send your message, like our YouTube, subscribe to it, and let's keep rolling this morning. I'm hanging up. I'm here with Bernard Agwemo Eduji, 87 project and a big push program according to Arthur Forson. He mentioned that yesterday, that 87 projects are underway under the big push program. Let me add, Bernard, quite interesting. Bernard, you also listen to the minister in a minute, I mean, how would you describe the mid-year budget review?
Oh, thank you very much. And I've been listening to Don.
Don is throwing his weight around because, I mean, if you are being given, if you are given the verdict to score on the mid-year budget review, is government delivering on its economic promises, or is there more that needs to be met to meet the expectation of Ghanaians?
Yes, in a nutshell, government is delivering. However, there's still more room for improvement, right? And for me, my takeaway from the budget is the minister's reflection. And it's because of what we have seen in the past. The minister emphasized fiscal discipline as a way of, first of all, stabilizing our economy before thinking of growing, right? And the reason this is important is because previously we have seen how monies were spent in this country. We have seen how government went about borrowing recklessly just so that some people in government can have their own benefits, conflict of interest issues and all of that. Today the government is hiding somewhere. He's refusing to come home to face accountability. That alone tells me that something went wrong. If nothing went wrong, Ken Ofori-Atta should come and answer questions, but he's hiding somewhere. So we have seen how he will just go to parliament, wear white, quote scriptures, and then just run the economy aground. So what Dr. Forson is doing, emphasizing fiscal discipline, to me is a very good point to note. He also said something that he has heard those criticisms that government is not spending and all of that. He mentioned that stability is not the goal. He didn't just come to be finance minister just to stabilize the economy. And so because we have stabilized, it doesn't mean we should just be spending anyhow. But there is a target. We have stabilized. This is the time to grow the economy, right? So the fact that we have stabilized doesn't mean everybody should come with their needs and all of that. There is a scale of preference. They are looking at what is important, what can wait. That is what fiscal discipline is about. If we have all agreed that we have gotten to this level because of fiscal discipline, let's not become reckless all of a sudden because we have achieved stability. Let's also proceed with fiscal discipline, and let's see what the next few years ahead of us will bring. Now, to the main issue, after his reflection, to the main issue, government is not seeking new appropriation, and that is significant. Why? Because the norm is that for mid-year budget reviews, the government will mostly seek new appropriation. Either they will raise taxes or introduce new taxes or loans and all of that. But that is not happening. They are sticking to the budget that was approved by Ghana's parliament, the one that was presented to parliament in November, I think so, November 2025 for this year. They are sticking to that budget. So no new appropriations. They are just going to find what can be removed from where to do what. And that is significant for me. Now, inflation, right? Inflation fell from 13.7% in June 2025. Currently, as we speak, that is in June 2026, inflation stands at 5.3%, right? In fact, it reached a 7-year record low of 3.2% in March somewhere. I think it was in March. But as we speak, inflation is around 5-something%. Why is this significant? Of course, I have heard, and that is the fact. The fact that prices have stabilized, that is what inflation means. We are not seeing rapid increase in the prices of goods and services. It doesn't mean I have seen money in my pocket. But what it also means is that when I go to the market to buy toothpaste today, when I go there tomorrow, I will not see an increase in the price. At least I will have some stability in the price of goods and services. And at least I think that it is good for the citizens, right? Multidimensional poverty, he spoke about it, that we had about almost 890,000 people or 900,000 people in multi-dimensional poverty. That has reduced from 24.9% in quarter 3 of 2024 to 21.9% quarter 3 2025. So the people who were in abject poverty, the poorest of the poor, who were living in slums, they couldn't afford 3 square meals, their health was poor. We have seen that figure reduce a little. And that is good, right? It shows that at least the macroeconomics is reflecting in the lives of the people, because that is one way to know whether all the figures quoting makes sense to the ordinary Ghanaian.
But what additional measures can government, are needed to be able to bring meaningful relief to the Ghanaian person? Because we can say all this thing on paper, it looks good, but to the Ghanaian, what meaningful measures are we going to put in place so that it shows that reality on the ground?
I want us to appreciate what is the current state. That is very important, because
I'm not saying that.
Yes,
I'm not brushing off what has been done. The current state is fair, but I'm asking what additional measures can we put in place to make sure that we can all have that feel of it. So
so what I'm saying is that currently as we speak, Ghanaians feel the impact of this economy, because some taxes were scrapped. Betting taxes, e-levy and co. Even VAT was reduced from 21% to 20%. That reflects in the pockets of Ghanaians, right? And there are no new taxes. So even as we speak, Ghanaians feel some impact of the economy. But what can be done going forward is that, first of all, you can't improve the lives of the people if you are not raising money. Right, if you are not raising enough revenue.
Well, the point is we've had this severally, that we have to enlarge our tax net.
Broaden the tax net.
We've said it severally. Successive governments have done it, but
El, you yourself, you mentioned not too long ago in your that domestic revenue has increased. How will domestic revenue increase if the tax net is not bringing in something?
What I'm saying is that domestic revenue, looking at the target, we have not met the target, but there'll be some significant improvement in that. My question has always been that we know that most people, there are people who are not paying taxes.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
We know that there are leakages in the taxes.
Yes.
We know.
Yes.
So if we put all those measures, and then we say we want to get everybody to get involved, to be able to show our mobilization, because we don't need to go and borrow to come and pay.
Yeah.
But which we have done.
Yeah.
In last year, the minister told us he has to even borrow money to pay. Right? It's good to hear that. But my question has to always be like, there's some progress.
Yeah.
How do we sustain those progresses we are making? What are measures we need to put in place to attract those who are even outside the tax net to pay?
Yes.
So we know some individuals, we know companies.
Let me just chip in quickly
before I go for a break, but I have some insights.
Right. Okay. So that is why the introduction of the tribunal is essential.
Oh yeah,
because one of the key crimes the tribunal is here to address is tax fraud.
Yeah.
You just mentioned that that people are not paying taxes.
No.
And I also know. And we all know.
So what are we doing? There are people who are owed a lot of taxes, they are sitting there.
So then there should be a specialized court. I'm not aware of that. There should be a specialized court that will deal with it, so that leakage will stop.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So that addresses it. You said so. What measures? These are some of the measures that you get the NPP to kick against.
But let's not forget that the government introduced some technology, AI, to help at the port. Sechi was here some time ago to speak about it. Per what I heard from the minister's presentation, that helped to reduce the leakages and then increase compliance. Is the reason we are seeing a growth in domestic revenue, right? So these are things that I think that going forward, the government, if they continue to do so, right, would help raise revenue to do all the things you are talking about. Not too long ago, the government announced that they are going to recruit a number of nurses, and that is good. Why are they recruiting nurses? Because we have some allowance I want to use the word allowance for lack of a better word, in government revenue, so that when we recruit more people, we can pay them.
Exactly.
Right, so that is a good thing.
Yeah.
The president, the minister also announced the Women Development Bank. They have dedicated an amount of money as seed money, and we are hoping, per his words, that by the end of this year, the bank would have come to a crazy. And so people, our market women and co, can access easy loans to expand their businesses, recruit more people, employ more people. Those who want to start their businesses will do. So I think that, for me, the key takeaway for me is fiscal discipline. The fact that we are not borrowing recklessly, the fact that we are not spending recklessly. It is the reason we have been able to at least stabilize. Now, the Bank of Ghana has said that Ghana's economy is stable to the point where it can withstand shocks. And that is why if Trump is doing his things in the Middle East, we are not afraid. We are not thinking about it too much, because at least our economy is at the point where we can absorb some of these shocks. And it's a good thing. Why? Because of fiscal discipline. Okay. I feel Dr. Tuforsen is the best man we have at the ministry at this time. To me, I think he's the best man, if for nothing at all, for being disciplined in the fiscal side.
If for nothing at all, for being disciplined, those are the words of Bernard Agbemo Eduji. The 12 economic figures that matters: 144 billion Ghana cedis spent, revenue holds up 7.8%, 100 billion US dollars economy, 15.6 billion debt buffer, 2.7 billion Ghana cedis market confident. Ghana returned to the domestic bond market with a successful 2.7 billion 7-year bond in April 2026. A debt decline of 45%. Ghana's debt to GDP ratio has fallen to 45% as of June 2026. Per capita income jumped from $2,527 US dollars in 2024 to $3,385 in 2025. External strength of 8.3%. The current account surplus expanded from 1.9% of GDP in 2024 to 8.3% in 2025, driven largely by gold export through Gold Board. 300 million AI revenue technology is beginning to boost revenue mobilization, according to the finance minister. 2.3 billion digital VAT. Government is preparing to expand the taxation of digital economy. 60% VAT leakage. Ghana loses an estimated 60% of potential VAT revenue through non-compliance. 60%, that's a huge figure. 950K out of poverty. The budget review reported that about 950,000 Ghanaians existed the multi-dimensional poverty between 2024 and 2025. We're going for a break. When we come, I have some interview to do with the philanthropists, and when we return, stay with us.
But I need to touch on this.
Welcome back. Welcome back on the Morning Focus. We're still back on the Morning Focus on MBN TV. Across Ghana, individuals as well as a corporate organization, faith-based institutions and development partners spend millions of cedis each year on philanthropic activities. We see donations of food, clothing, school supplies, boreholes, hospital equipment, and scholarship. Whilst these acts of generosity provide immediate relief to many communities, an important question remains: are we solving problems for today or creating lasting solutions for tomorrow? Should philanthropic focus solely on giving, or should it empower people with skills, opportunities, or resources to become self-reliant? In other words, is it time to shift from charity to sustainable development? Is a question I keep asking. And this conversation particularly important as Ghana continues to tackle unemployment, poverty, inequality, and also community development. Many believe that sustainable philanthropic projects such as skill training, entrepreneurship, quality education, healthcare, and agriculture development create long-term rather than short-term relief. Joining us this morning to discuss an important issue is our guest, Matthew. Yeah, it's called Matthew Amate Williams, CEO of Vibes and Flavors. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, boss.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Vibes and Flavors.
Yes.
What is Vibes and Flavors?
So Vibes and Flavors is it's a charity event that we created in order to raise funds to do charity works.
When you say charity work, I mean, that brings me to my question as what's the difference between charity and sustainable development in the context of the philanthropic work you're doing?
So I am on TikTok.
TikTok. Okay.
And I started.
You're an influencer.
Okay, so yeah, you can call me that. So I started doing TikTok videos, and God being so good, I amassed a lot of numbers, and I wanted to use the numbers and the influence I have for something good. So I decided to start. So my name on TikTok is Oakley.
Oakley.
Oakley. It's a Dangbe name. Word means you're big.
You're big.
Yeah.
Oakley, right.
Yeah. So
are you from the Dangbe land?
yeah, I'm from Bigger Down.
Bigger Down.
Yeah.
Why big and smaller down? We have smaller down.
I grew up to meet that.
So
I don't know if there is a small.
It's a smaller down.
Maybe a down 4 is a smaller.
Maybe I
side.
need to create a smaller down because growing up I've heard a bigger down, but I've never seen a smaller
Yeah,
down.
maybe a down 4 is smaller.
Of
Down.
course, should be a small. They will not be happy with you. They always want to say they want to be. Now tell us what is all this project about? Now you've been able to influence people.
Yeah. So
to get something into your kitty.
yeah. So when I start, with the numbers, I wanted to do something. So I started a foundation called Oakley Foundation.
Oakley Foundation.
Yeah, so the target was to take charity outside of Accra, because I realized when people want to do charity, they just stay in Accra, go to one orphanage home to donate,
Donations.
which is fine. I mean, that's okay.
I mean, it's good, right?
But the question was, how about the people outside of Accra too? So we decided to embark on that journey. But when we started, we realized finance was going to be like a big challenge.
Big challenge.
So instead of just going to people to say, oh, donate 10 cedis, donate 1 cedi, donate 100 cedis, we decided to come together to form an event.
Okay.
Where people will pay tickets to come. It will be a food-centered event. Pay tickets, come and have fun, meet new people, connect, network, and eat.
Oh, so the proceeds
From the event is what we use to fuel the foundation. Yeah.
Wow.
So Vibes and Flavors was created to fund the Oakley Foundation. Yeah.
So what has Vibes and Flavor? What is your next project you
So-
looking at? So how
so-
many projects have you done so far?
So last year was our first event, Vibes and Flavors, and after the event, we were able to raise up to like 15,000 cedis.
Okay.
And we looked for a place to donate. There was a teacher online who teaches in the village in the Oti region. The village is called Chati. It's in the Nkwanta South.
Nkwanta South, right.
Yeah. So when I DM'd, I DM'd him and I asked him, what can we do to help? Because he's always complaining that the student doesn't come to school. So he was like, anything we can do to inspire the kids to come to school. So he had a list, he listed the stuff, we bought everything, and we added health workers too, and we all went to the village. When we got to the village and we did the donation, we we realized they had a challenge, which was the water they drink. So we told ourselves that we should do another Vibes and Flavors, and every proceeds we make from that event will go back to the village to go and drill a borehole for them. So last year was our first event and first project. The second project is what we are doing this year.
For the same community
to drill a borehole for them.
Wow. Yeah. So when is this Vibes and Flavor gathering is going to be? The people watching you will want to be partakers of it, or maybe come to the place, have fun, get connected, but buy tickets and a high note of ticket to be able to help you fund this borehole. It's good to drill water for people.
Yeah.
And because since it's a challenge, you want to meet that need. I know people watching you want to say, okay, how do we support the Oakley Foundation? When is the Vibes and Flavor? Is it a party?
Yeah, so it's a party. It's an event.
Okay.
But it's mainly food. So you pay. So the rate to get to the event is 150 single, 250 double. So you get there. Every food you see at the venue,
you can eat. Or eat as you want.
Yeah, there's a lot of food. There's fufu, there's banku, there's wache, jollof, kenke.
Everything you can take.
There's a lot of food.
Because Oakley is big.
Exactly. Exactly. So you get there, you pay that amount of money, you get to eat all the food. So the event is happening at Dansuman Roundabout.
When?
Tomorrow. Yeah, 25th to 24th.
What time?
It starts from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
So you can walk in for $250.
Yeah.
Go sit in there, eat as much as you can.
Yeah, and there'll be games.
And you are helping the wealthy.
Exactly.
It's not just food, but you're hanging out with your friends and families.
Yeah.
So watching us, look. I know Winers and his team will move their vehicles, go there, they buy, they sit in there, have fun. But at the end of the day, you are donating to a wealthy cause where whatever you eat, the amount you pay, the quantum of the money is not the matter, but supporting it for them to be able to drill down water well for the people of Nkwanta. Chati in the Nkwanta South.
Yeah.
For the kids to go to school.
Yeah.
You can also support them with huge, not necessarily going to eat the food, but you want to support them. If somebody wants to support you, what should be the numbers the person should look at calling and say, okay, we're going to give it X amount of money to do.
Okay, so you can call my personal number, which is 0246 907715. Again, 0246 907715.
If people want to get a ticket, where do they get a ticket to come to the Dansuman?
So there's a short code you can dial.
Give me the short code.
And the short code.
Give me the short code. I know. Somebody will not want to eat tomorrow. You want to eat from 10 a.m. You can make your way to the Dansuman Roundabout. Is there a particular spot?
So the event center is called King Solomon Gardens.
King Solomon Gardens. So it's happening live at the King Solomon Garden tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eat as you can, just as it's done across Europe and the U.S. You walk in, you pay that money, you eat as you can, but there's no takeaways.
No.
Let me caution, there's no takeaway. Yeah. You go there, eat as much, have your fun, but go home, make sure that you pay the right figures. Enter there, support the world because you are eating, but you are also helping.
Yeah, you are eating for a purpose.
For a purpose. Yeah. This is tied in a need for eating. Yeah. So let's all go support Matthew Amate Williams with the Oakley Foundation to be able to raise that fund to pave the way for them to drill that well for the people. We need every Ghanaian to go to school. So if that is water is the reason they're not going to school and they are doing this. Please, you got to do that. Give us a code again.
So the short code to get your ticket is star 928.
Star 928.
Star 12.
928. 8
star 12 star 12 hash.
And then that's star 12.
Yeah, hash.
So star 928 star
Star 12.
12 star 12 hash.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it gives you the privilege to be able to donate to the Oakley Foundation.
Yeah.
You can get your tickets and go to King Solomon Gardens and Dansuma Roundabout.
Yeah.
DC, as they call it.
Yeah.
DC, go to Dansuma Roundabout and be a partaker. You are eating for a purpose, supporting the needy. I told you something yesterday. If you read Psalm 41, it tells you the importance of why you need to give. But this one, you are eating and you are giving. And you can do more.
Exactly.
If somebody comes to eat but still want to give you something, they can still go ahead to do that.
Of course, it's allowed.
Is allowed to do that.
It's allowed.
So if you have anything to support them with, hey, let's all come together and build this country together. It's important for us to support a worthy cause. I keep saying, but is it going to be after the drilling? What next for your foundation?
So we are looking out for. There's a village in the western region.
Okay.
They also have a challenge. So the thing is, the foundation will go there, see exactly what they need.
The needs are.
They need. We'll come back to Vibes and Flavors, have fun again, raise funds, and go and support them.
It's nice listening to you, and I'm really, really, really excited to hang out with you this morning.
Thank you very much.
On the Morning Focus on MBN TV. Please, I'm appealing to you. Dial star 928 star 12 star 12 hash. Get a ticket. Single is 150. Double is 250.
Yeah.
Go in there, have fun. Even if you don't want to eat, just buy the ticket for us. Just buy the ticket. You don't want to eat, but you just want to buy the ticket. Or you don't want to go. You want somebody to go. You can buy the ticket and let somebody go eat on your behalf. All we want to do is to raise funds to do that. Once again, any other thing you want to tell the viewers before you take leave of us?
So with a short code, when you try buying the ticket, sometimes the pop-up to put in the PIN doesn't come. So you just go to approval.
Approval.
To
So
go and
go back to
170,
you select
and
6
and go and approve.
3, and then you approve.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Matthew Amati
Williams.
Williams,
Thank you
the
for
CEO of Vibes and Flavors.
Yeah.
Remember, tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. I mean, there's a lot of time between it. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. There's a lot of food. There's a lot of games. If you want a place to hang up over the weekend, then it has to be at the King Solomon Gardens at Dansuman Roundabout,
Exactly.
where the Vibes and Flavors are gathering to raise funds through purposeful eating. The ticket is single is 150, double is 250. Eat as you can. There are no takeaways. If you want to buy a ticket now, it's star 928 star 12 star 12 hash. Enter the details. Get a ticket you want to buy. If it's for single, you can buy as many tickets as possible and give it to your friends and families to come dine with us as we raise funds to go drill that borehole in the southern Quanta of the OT region.
Yeah.
Nice having the time with you.
Thank you
I'm
very
grateful. Your number again for somebody to call you if the person want to be there with you.
So it's 0246
0246
90
90
77
77
15.
15. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful time.
Thank you for having me.
Nice hanging out with the CEO of Vibes and Flavors.
Yeah.
That's a Matthew Amati Williams with Oakley Foundation. Big foundation. And we'd love to support him. Please support him. We need more money to be able to help the underserved areas and also those in our society who needs to be met. So we need you. Help us so we can help somebody else. We'll be back after this break. Stay with us.
Mr. Speaker, the finance minister has just told this House that the true character of a finance minister is not determined by how much he spends. Such a statement must cause palpitation among ministers of state. Mr. Speaker, basically, what he is telling all ministers that he is not going to spend, he is not going to release funds to you. Mr. Speaker, already you are suffering and you've been redundant in your various ministries. His deputy minister told the nation that 1.6 billion was released to the Greek minister. Today, he says only 1.1 billion. You see, the true measure of a finance minister is not how much he spends. Mr. Speaker, throughout his review, there was no policy announcement for the cocoa sector. The 4 million farmers, the 4 million cocoa farmers are suffering. This finance minister, since he took over as a supervising minister responsible for cocoa, we have seen suffering and wailing, and he comes here to lament. Mr. Speaker, he talks about determining the true cost of economic policy. The true cost. He's talking about having met some debt. What he has forgotten, that he refused good counsel from the minority. When Gold Board and Bank of Ghana charges on the gold for reserve policy was at 15%, we cautioned. He didn't listen. Later, IMF forced them to reduce it to 9%. 3 days ago, the governor announced that he was no more going to participate in this gold for reserve. It's too late in the day. You've already incurred losses of 9.6 billion. That is what the IMF told you. And you come here, you're saying prudent management of the economy. Really? Mr. Speaker, this review is full of English with empty payment. The payment, he said, is done. He said they've done some payment. Why didn't he give us details? You paid your party members. You paid your party members. The monies have gone to your party members. And Mr. Speaker, the Nkukon Kitinkiti project has now become protein.
Honourable members, I insist we listen to each other in silence.
The Nkukon Kitinkiti has become protein for your party executives. They are all cooking Akukon Kwine. It is now Akukon Kwine. Mr. Speaker, I want the finance minister to walk the talk. If you come here and you say 24-hour market, 24-hour market at 42 million cities, and you've abandoned the Agenda 111, the hospitals, that should be your priority. You are not constructing the hospitals. Then you are spending a whooping sum of 42 million, and you say you release 80% to the assemblies. Mr. Speaker, meanwhile, you are using the assemblies, their own allocation, to pay for the 24-hour economy. When there are no hospitals, how do you say you are constructing markets? Mr. Speaker, this review is uninspiring. There is no inspiration. What we are experiencing in this country is persecution, persecution, persecution. For the first time, we are seeing political imprisonment. One to me is a political prisoner. Mr. Speaker, Camilla Al-Hassan, a young mother of 3, is also a political prisoner, telling you how intolerant you are, and you are here telling us you are running an economy. You want this to be a one-sided parliament. When people criticize you, you threaten them. A lot of my MPs here have been threatened. You are threatening members of parliament with prosecution. Let me serve a warning to the Attorney General that the ravening clouds shall no longer be victorious. They shall not long possess the sky. Be careful. 2028, you'll be in opposition. 2028. If you are not careful, Mr. Speaker, if you don't stop now, you will go and meet Wontumi there, and Wontumi will be out, and you will go in. So I'm advising you, let us all be measured. We welcome the reforms by the finance minister, and for the first time, he did something patriotic by acknowledging the digitalization reforms we introduced.
All right, so welcome back from the quick breakout. Thank you for staying with us. You're still on the morning focus is the MBN TV. We're turning our attention. We're going to join Francisca Afrakuma. Francisca, good morning.
Good morning.
And then you take us through how many messages, some few messages have come in. So you read through quickly for us and then we can go.
Okay, so today we have 3 messages, and then the first one says, good morning to your co-hosts, listeners, and entire viewers. Please help me to tell the finance minister we appreciate all his good works, especially the mid-budget. But he shouldn't forget so-called financial discipline will send his party back to opposition. Most of Ghanaians are suffering due to mess of Nana Bawumia's administration. People are working for 1.5 without salary. We don't have money in our pockets. NPP government came and shared all the funds to his members. Sinking Fund, Asula Fund, COVID Fund, and all the funds to his members. Today, Ghanaians see all this hardship and give you the power and started keeping the funds again. The citizens, market women, and men craft workers are hungry. We need to save money, but we shouldn't forget masses from Nikwe Atram, a.k.a. Idi Tabora, incoming executive member, Anya Sotium constituency, greeting all. And then this one also says, good morning, I am Eben from Kwabinya. Enough of your noise-making micro-minority in parliament. We witnessed how you people sank the economy and how the country was sent to bottomless pit for 8 years due to bad governance and corruption. So when making noise, listen to one ourselves a bit. Greetings to Honorable Julius Deborah.
I think you can jump that one. Just okay. Quickly. We don't have time.
Good morning. I'm Eben from Kwabinya. No turning back to IMF. The country is in good hands, and all the indicators shows we are better off than previous years, thanks to better management of the economy. Greetings to Honorable Julius Deborah.
Move to the next. That okay. One quickly, and then we can go.
Okay.
This one is from who? Our own man.
Yeah, he said, Capito Goasumahia NPP is still for Ghanaians. So 2028 NDC will go to opposition. Simple and short regards to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsin. So that's all for the messages for today.
Right. Thank you so much, Afra, for joining us. So that we're turning our attention to the man, Don Winers. Don.
Yes, sir. So before the break, you were asking that the people are not feeling it. So I want to touch on some areas where you can see that the people are feeling it.
You got 3 minutes to do.
Right, no problem. So let's go quickly to the infrastructure side under the education, social sector. So 10 new secondary schools are being built, 150 rehabilitated, 50 upgraded from C to B and B to A. This means that 2.3 million students will benefit, 100,000 teachers will be employed. These are the benefits. Free secondary education program has received 1.8 billion Ghana cedi. It's been paid. Now, daily feeding grants for special schools nearly doubled from 8 cedi to 15 cedi. Students, 165,143 first year tertiary students have benefited from the government's no fee stress policy. And again, 100,554 students with disability receive full tuition and residential support. These are the people who are benefiting. Now let's go to the health sector. The primary health sector. So let me touch on this. New cardiology center under construction at Kolebu, Konfuanochi, and Tamale. Dialysis machines, ICU beds, patient monitors distributed across all health sectors, public health sectors in this country. So the free primary care, that is my favorite, which was launched in April. 24,000 pieces of medical equipment have been distributed. Community, as we speak, community screening for hypertension, diabetes, and cancer has been expanded. These are the people benefiting. This means the good governance is yielding results. Is my 3 minutes over?
Well, the yielding results 0537158638 is the numbers. You can also join us. You can be talking when a call comes in, then we can truncate it.
Okay, so let's go to the 24-hour economy. The Act has been enacted.
The 24-hour economy, we haven't seen anything.
Has been enacted. We have done an early adoption. So 268 fuel stations have been adapted under the 24-hour.
Are they working now?
I said 200 have been adapted.
But they've not started working.
Yeah, so it's a program. You need to adapt, then you roll out a program.
Okay.
Because we are doing the model markets as well. Now, 268 filling stations have been adapted. 11 bulk oil depots have been adapted. 2 oil refineries have been adapted. 33 manufacturing companies have also been adapted. 12 public institutions
have been adapted.
And they are operating.
Multi-shift. 133.
Multi-shift.
133.
Under the policy.
So how many people have been employed so far?
I don't want to give figure to it. It's countless. Investment pipeline. 11.5 billion US dollars prospective investment across 18 catalyst projects. This government has secured $5.5 billion through joint development agreements. We have the Bupe Solar plus BESS. That's 1,500 megawatt solar project. The first 100 megawatts phase is expected to be completed.
Well, let me go to the phone line. I'll get back to you. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Acho, Morris Nekase.
Mr. Morris, 1 minute here, uncle.
Nekasa, if you must say a teacher, and a penny Yamishama. Na, and the boss, the Mina Brenemy team, me communicator. Na, more 65 good years. I'm paying my mind, and answer the Chemka Craig. Na, some can't say no bit here. mo ankasa ebeboa no because me na anye pa obechem kakra bi na me yokuya ni ukutefu tam makumako nine okosa mamboy mubu ho bena kwanta mubu ho bena mubu ho so na ade ba pon de bia na ye me ya me frɛ no ene se mampen mama wo tira okufu a me kokoto ya me wo ehu adwuma sa fi ne bra kan ti se ke niema ko yie me ke kam kokobom me kuto almost 150 bucks me kutan kwara 3 wo universities so mama ya biensa egu yabo wakichiri ensa guyeti biso okane de se sikana kufu ado de ma ya sikani sa no boy ko no ba obetum mo na that ma yeto abai de man na ba hede wa ba ye na dia wure ho kura ne se so kuta best 50 bars now turn on the spot this is tisika no sponsor ya ti o Kenya na and this ayen top anase dia wo de bi so a just o twen ba se hwe be kwai anse no you bi am na ba be to kukoma hwe do mama odi ye dia wure ho ye mu ya ekura fo wa moyen na dia ya kura kesi bi so o de policy ba Udi nkukon ketenkete policy about what's that chakukona ma ku family members NDC for nkwa o first time about in confirm ketenkete ba in confirm tuko ye dia chaw ntini ni yeso obaye di obaye niema pepepe ama na so nipa ni na sana sendra braba kwa betem TV so nkukon yawe bi yawe ho ma no no kofi hu se ni masko sukua ye be fere ne ba wo school se di asema papa kan TV so leye se yawe Ubi the policy ba when the many papa ko for no mo e bi hu and do there na ebre ye ninka so
all right
na mama no be ye betun se banchi ye betun se banchi akuyafo ye betun se banchi boss me that say
money loves speed, wealth loves time, poverty loves excuses. Back to you.
You know, let me just start something. So, the Okasana Sunya communicator.
Hello, good morning. Don't hold it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Yes, Nia Tram.
Yeah.
Executive member Anya Sotium.
Thank you, boss. Let me greet you and our Chelsea viewers, especially the one just called. I will just go astonished for you also heard what I wanted to see. I'm say a better by Nasi. You already budget. Ama yena yeti budget means some that the mid year budget. In Yama was here, they count ye share the way a choir before so yabo yabra, and yakopi mafine ekpekoni. But the best finance minister say ongoing in some kakra. I don't think say what already my messenger. Finance minister ongoing in some kakra. Yeah, about power 2012 to 2016. Yeah, but yeah, the same thing. A boys can at the end just can wear choir no MP4 but chase can you know at the moment. A binisa extra fund a diaba, Sassinking fund a diaba for financial discipline. And the question is we are regret spending. But in this way, comes to a doom ba. Obi enti mi ankoye adwuma what the whole year untu an kai me ka the colleague got this bia e do time bia de ye no kura no ye ka politicians ne kai ye din e bi mti officer sabi akotua enkoye to besre all do say ye sie sika no or say ye sama sika ko mo asabi omo bra ye to abade am oban na so mo ye adwuma bi e de abo aban no o say sika ko mo san crofo we ne do mo ti adwuma mo to aba e de omo sorry, ye dio mutu aba. Me kanisa ye dio mutu aba. Do bibia e koso taught in senye se. Wo ba edwuma emba esu say because of nyama na ayefu ntino ye nto. Yes, it's sanity nyama ayefu ba sika ni kurum. Maye mie sika ni na fa gugu faako. Abari ba onu hu se no sika no uti ye friends afani market kasema. O si untimi emfa sika nto pere former president Akufo-Addo aksem say emu se covid abamum. But Timamphone yet mean John Mamu or Abra I discuss because of COVID. The best resistance can maybe in block room. Minya air come back about contract, I'm a contrast. More of the contracts a young man I Maziciano, Minukasi. I'm supervising one of the contracts. I'm just a supervisor. Minukasi for 3 good months in core contract way. Or more contract nigh opposition, including the contractor, the opposition party. And Yanka said they don't deserve it. But at least Yansua Asabi, the only say free baby Ebano, yes, we had the whistle at least be bar or see a chain equally. And because of the percent praise you bintino, yeah, young Kohu, na young fire BB and from my friends in the opposition, there be a patch. About Sako issue are opinion ever can which is Assam this year. Just last 3 months or so, young MPP form number friends and cocoa farms. No more complaining about cocoa farmers. And do just one week and you say some people I should scam a month for because you can't buy idea master your fanto cocoa no or more cocoa to cocoa deba. And the monk can watch them MPP. And the monk can watch them. Sika abandon my Muslim Sanka Biano. Sassika Nankasa cocoa your friends Coco officer omo bush this kama mo no omo this kan eko Cote d'Ivoire eko to coco e de brai Ghana say e jamo mo de no e de mo nka wansem and this yenye manye yi my uncle face challenge say ye 2016 no me da say
yes here that's near Trump Montuma near Trump Enya Sotio to become an executive member of the NDC Enya Sotio constituency 0537158638 your number sounds a bit to me afraid now why not you were on the floor.
Yes. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
But you are Papa here.
Yamiadumo Yaboa.
Your boy Western of.
Right, your boy into you.
Yo, really, I'm going to tell. But you are the home. I said, even I talk, I know after the reading in budget in the ground. I'm going to be saying inflation number from the 6 Canada, $1 come. Fine, it's just you. Yeah. First, a month and a half is near 25 kilo now, and I'm almost 1 point something. And then about 50 Ghana city. And over. What I say. But yeah, the point they say, Sunday man is sabi. Sa omo buy your market to na. Yemi say sabi. Monitoring ben pa na ekoto say yemi Sunday man now. Omo ton no see fresh abofo ma onim bia wo beto no. Yemi say anya bia ndi akwa abonten ko hwe. Kama na yente ne ma so na ewe ti to dokuno. And Pantidocro and Cadocro, the idea of Brohabai, as it's no. Now, your body saying 5 cities, and your piano, inflation about Pomuno, Sadocono, your down body saying, and the same thing. Every as a concert to your account, and it's the same inflation about home. Koto Mutu 5 cities that I had the bar. Koto Mutu 5 cities, first 9 and 1 boy, the same price now, the same quantity now, and almost down energy the same price. You got me because inflation is about for mono. Anything. Because inflation about for my non-tier one is what you told you simple supply. They compare a previous one. They compare now. The same thing. Oh, this is by for the track almost parliament or almost almost grounds now. I only does never know. Mama, what rank I just want to be okay. But Mumra for now put them. Now want to move Mr. Gimabo one by one. Now parliament. Now discuss it. A money why I want to say, and just the packet here to say. Cement packet, no say, I say, out to say. It out to say.
All right.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can't be said, minimal ancasa, Mamma, minim the stubby, first Mamma, minim the stubby. And Coco, and why anything who is saying you. Who the guardian confirmed by it? And go from no year, no year, it's not going to try.
Yeah, well. Yeah, that's say a very good morning to your boy out there. Let me just do the birthdays. Let me do some few birthdays in the week.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Minia.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, we didn't be your free.
Now I kasa fi Tabora.
Tabora. 1 minute, Yanko.
Mame mo wabaso. In fact, African awareness show no mani wo mu pa.
So.
Say ya tronchro e bi e wanim.
Mate.
Me fe na abeji akwa sorry Sunday.
Mate.
Mame mo wabaso na menchia me former MP Dr. Adesin Adumaku Titi Wanyaso too. Mame nchia Ali Megan Oba for MPP National Youth Organizer. Adwenkese John Boadu. Nana B ene Yewura Moses Abone Yewura Jackson from Ponkodua me champion for me mame ha okunisen so ba organizer me chia. Ofa enra wo hwe agora NDC fo kodi wo parliament a na utimo se enra mo kodi Ghana fo ho agoro because ato forcing ebe catch there say Ghana for ho tono na ekwa mefa car from La Paz to Kasua omoji me 15 cedi na ekwa o se wati petrol so a me hu petrol a wate so a eno agudie na okodi ye ensem o mkoka wo nyina no amwa Ghana for ene Ghana for buafu na wuru market ya abufuo ne ya maame na de to edete ho to ati ase ene mobile mabbo bisia wo mamu ha nyina ye hu adwuma ba ko mpo a yewura mahama ya Ghana ni betimi de ne nsa a kire so se yewura mahama bo ya wo 2 years wa ye wi papa why wo ye nsanchiro na udi mu yewura mahama ba 2 years a wo koyi wo betimi de nsa point ade ba ko a wa ye wonya bi enkire to ati ase ene mamu aye dia magana fo a ene wutimi ni 3 times a day. So what I say, and Juma Yadima Yama so may and all may you and then would Yama to the years. Almost to me, Yagalam say, maybe catch your son Yagalam sent in the actually would to me. A time or more time would to me. Because one year Yama Bushman and such you or my. And then, maybe summer boy one almost to me to Galam saying, and none of pay between you. Almost 2 Galam saying, Omunya. Into a dinner and almost continuing to me, am I jailing in 20 years? Your time or more time to me. A Juma Yadima and this for so many Jumana, and yet Jumano no more you. And now, what's the free education of Danko Kufuado, Eddie Yanano Danko Kufuado, MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Babi, and Yan Sermon. You are more busy, Yanko Bobby Snow, Brutus, at the Baby education. Or minor resources, Kaka, Papa, that year for education, not take a Ghana for. And then you were Mahama Becca Chess or Bobby Snow or the Baby for education. Where did you say Mamuno? You more mobile could not go poor minor, a Hotosuma Ghana for home. By NDC, but ever time I could not swear. One year in this year, Unya from Pasua. And then Kukoya and Kukoya Macha almost over Kukonarino. Minia Unya Kukoni. Memetia Kukomi, me call almost.
Yeah, on the way, Bedasi from Sochi and Yasochi Martin. This is where we end the calls. Time we have overstayed our time. 30 seconds, Yanko.
Yes. So it was just information to give to some of our viewers. So when we say inflation has slowed down, it doesn't mean prices will come down. That is not what it means. That is a totally different thing. That is deflation. That is when prices are reducing. But disinflation, as we are experiencing, is that prices are still going up, but the rates at which prices are going up. So we need to know. We are saying that the rates at which are not near some time ago. No, that is not what we are experiencing. You asked a question. I would like to just give a summary, and then that is it. About what can be done so that the citizens can feel it. One thing that is of great concern to me is employment. And the reason we still have a lot of people at home is because we are not producing. And if you are a country that is not producing, what will your citizens be doing? We've seen China malls here and there. People are coming here to create their businesses. But we, as a people, we are not really putting in measures to manufacture, to produce. And that is why we have a lot of people sitting at home. Unemployment is now the norm. It's like, that is like an exception. Then we praise God for the person because the norm is that people are home unemployed. And so if we begin to think towards that direction, that was why one district, one factory was a brilliant policy, except that we couldn't execute it to the best. So if we can really look at that, initiative and pump money in there, get into production, give money to, let's look at free zones, give people, manufacturers incentive to expand their businesses so that they can recruit, create more jobs for people to do. Otherwise, all these things, some people will still be home. They don't even, only skinny beans. So even if prices are down, Krampuna, they don't, yeah.
Don.
Yes, quick one.
30 seconds.
Yes, the gentleman who spoke about the cocoa. Say cocoa calculation, it is oil. Say a man so. Say cocoa walk or sorrow. As a so sick a so what you say? As a demand near high or as a cocoa no born no tonic sia, said then another time no near tonic siena, 1 mile a home correspondence can and only answer. But Siciano, a German son of cocoa no born about form. Sana, also sick and a beba form. Sana cocoa a sick as some net yet, and then numbers of tears.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Let me pop this one and then we go. A happy birthday to Clara Smith. Clara Smith. Okay, so we start from this one. It's a happy birthday to the best brother I could ask for. Grateful for all the memories, the laughs, and how you have always had my back. May this year bring you big wings, good health, and everything you are working for. Keep growing, keep shining, proud of you. From Nadide to you with love. This one is from Nadide to his birth brother. We wish you a long life, good health, and plenty money. And this one is for Clara Smith. Clara Smith is a fire officer at Bremen. Clara Smith is a fire. Okay, so let's do Clara Smith and then we can go out from here. This one is Clara Smith, for a fire officer at Bremen Fire Station, Kumasi, and also a beautician from her sister, Oheneyere Abwajoa. Wishing Clara is a happy birthday, Clara. May your special day be filled with joy, love, laughter, and beautiful memories. May God bless you with good health, endless happiness, wisdom, and success in all your dreams and endeavors. May this new chapter of your life bring you favor, peace, and countless reasons to keep shining, and may your heart always be filled with hope and gratitude. Wishing you a wonderful birthday and a blessed year ahead. From Oheneyere Abwajua, wishing you a long life and prosperity. God bless you. So this is how we end today's edition of the Morning Focus on MBN TV. A big thank you go to Bernard Aduji Agbemo, my co-host, and also my guest, Don Winers. My name is El Samuels. You have a good morning.